Welcome back, market guys and goddesses. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you how I successfully passed Topstep's futures trade combine challenge with 4 trade copiers. So basically, it was 5 trade copiers that I used, which is their max, and I used a 50K combine account. So 50K times 5, that gives you $250,000. And so I'm going to show you exactly how I passed that. But before I begin, what I want you to do is I want you to like, comment, subscribe, and ding, 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 hit the notification bell, because what we want to do at the Market Goddess, we want to share this information with millions of people, because I really believe that trading and investing is the best way to get rid of this recession and inflation issue we have in the United States of America. Matter of fact, I think it's all over the world. We got to make more money. And I think the best way to do that is by trading and investing, because with the power of trading and investing and compounding, you can make miracles happen in the market and, more importantly, in your life. Okay, so let me show you how I did that. And in a nutshell, what I'm proof, this is just a one shot screen on a 5-minute of how I passed it. The goal is to get to $53,000. Okay, they start you with a 50K account. So it starts out with, and as you can see, leader, this is the leader account, plus 4. So basically I had to get to 3,000 to be able to do that. And as you can see, I got to 53,190. Okay. Now I was able to do that with a $1,120.20 account. Now, one of the things I want to tell you about is I've always told you about fasting and things of that nature to really, produce greater wealth, greater health, and greater spirit in your life. So I did fast. I did a 7-day, I think it was a 7-day, was it a 7-day water fast? I think it was a 7-day water fast that I did for this challenge. And it may have been a liquid fast, but nevertheless, I did that. And my goal, once I completed it, was to come off of that fast and complete this. And what I want you to see is this candle right here. This is why it's so important to have your goal in mind. Once you reach your goal, to get out. And as you can see here, this was during the, I took this shot at 10:23. So this was during the 9:30 open strategy, where we're able to see at the point of taking out the opening range gap for the day. And so as you can see here, it came up at the halfway point here. On this candle, it filled it. I took it on the 5-minute. I was working the 1 minute, but I found a 5-minute, I had a greater comfortability and a surety to reach my goal. The other thing that I did, I used 3 contracts to do that. And I did it on this one candle here. Now, this is why it's so important you get out. Once I reached 1,120, I got out because I had reached my goal. And also I got out because look here, it had filled the gap. And in addition to that, it had also filled the order block. And usually when there's an order block right here, I don't have it drawn out, but when there's an order block here, you normally reverses. And look at that next 5-minute candle. What did it do? It completely reversed. Not only did it reverse, but it took out the low of the candle that I went in on. And if it did that, I would have blown my account. That's why it's so important that you stick to your game plan of action, because you never know what the next candle is going to do, ladies and gentlemen. I can't stress that to you. But this is a prime example of what happened. I was able to achieve that, and we passed the challenge. But what I really want you to see is, once again, about maintaining your, let's see here, okay, let me see if I can minimize this. Okay, this is what I want you to see. Okay, this is what I really want you to see, though. My game plan of action, if you watch, my risk to reward ratio is kind of different than the average. My goal is to focus on what I need to make a day to keep poverty away. For me, my goal is $100 to $300 a day, and to pretty much stick with that. I'm really basing it on one candle. Why? Because right now, with Trump being in office, etc., and I did this during the month of March of 2025, he is in office. He's having a Trump tariff war with other countries, and the volatility in the market is really dramatic, and it is affecting so many people. Even ICT is really playing it to the T, being very, very conservative. So I'm literally trying to take one candle at a time. Whatever that candle will give me, I'm just taking it and I'm getting out, to make a very long story short. So in order for me to achieve my goal here, as you can see, your number of trades was 190 trades. Your number of contracts was 380 contracts. Majority of the time, I took one contract, okay? So basically, it's 38 contracts. The last contract, like I said, I did 3. So it probably was at 35 in that last contract. I did another 3. So it came up to 380 contracts, okay? So no, but your average winning day was $303.12. This is what I'm talking about. I said the market will always give you, 10 to 20, points. Take it and get out. So I really was within my goal of, maintaining a very low. One time I got out where it was I made $17 and that was it. Because why? I made a trade, and one of my other rules is that if I don't, whatever happens in that trade, that's it. I just trade once a day and call it a day, so I don't get into the whole greed theory of over trading. Okay, and more importantly, the key thing I want to talk about is sticking to your rules. My average losing day was pretty much double that, which was $693.26. Now, the average duration I was in the trade was less than an hour. I like that too. Less stress, and get in, get out, and I can go about my day to do the other things that I need to do to keep poverty away. The average losing trade duration time was 175, which basically means about close to a little bit more than an hour and a half. Let's see, that's hour and 45 minutes. So less than 2 hours, okay? One of the high trading days I had was $853.20, and the loss was $1,050. So, having to get that back, climb back up in there, that's what took the longest, because I had to climb out of the hole that I built for myself. But the other main impressive thing that I really liked with this strategy, winning rate, 80% winning rate. You stick by this, you got to have, as you can see, I had a lot more wins than I had losses. It can't get any better than that. And that's one thing I like about using ICT strategy, is that reason that you can have a win rate of 80% and above to accomplish your objective. So I hope everybody really appreciates this strategy. The next video that I'm going to do for you is to show you how I started my my funded account with Topstep. But I am here to tell you that it is doable to pass Topstep's account for a combine, and so to begin again and have an opportunity to do the same thing. If I pass the funded account, imagine 3,000 times that by 5, that's 15,000, and I have the capability of taking out half of that, so that's $7,500 that I can take out once I complete a funded account. So join me for the next video, and I'll give you the results on what happened during that funded account with Topstep. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much, and do me a favor, give me your opinion on Topstep if you want to use them to trade futures, what your results have been, and give me some feedback on what you think my results have been. Do you think it works, etc., or that you think I should try another risk management strategy? love to hear your views in regards to that. I see you in the next video. Once again, it's the market guys. I see you at the top, over top, more pulley, ching ching. I will see you at the bank because we're making miracles in the market.